Welcome to Greece, Dr. Ρίτσαρντ Σνάιντερ.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you.
I am happy to be here.
Tell me, Dr. Schneider, what brought you to Greece?
Pathways to Synthesis in Hórto invited me to come to Greece to do a seminar on some of the things that I have been working on, including education, the World Core Curriculum, environmental studies, and a new look at new education approaches.
Thank you. I have a list of questions I would like to appoint to you. Could you tell me of the University for Peace International, known as UPAS, of the University of the United Nations in Tokyo, and what are the World Core Curriculum schools?
Okay. The United Nations University in Tokyo was founded in 1969 by charter of the United Nations. The University for Peace in Costa Rica, also known as UPAS, was created by a United Nations resolution on December 5, 1980. It was a United Nations resolution 35/55.
And what is the work of all these universities?
The United Nations University in Costa Rica is basically an Asian university that focuses on research, and it in some ways is like the University of Peace in that it does not have a large student body. It focuses on short-term people coming there, usually at quite a high level of political and educational expertise, and they bring professors from all over Asia. The University of Peace in Costa Rica is specifically designed to create a peace curriculum. Dr. Rodrigo Carazo was the president of Costa Rica, and he went to the United Nations, actually met with Dr. Robert Mueller at the time, and it was his last term. It was the last year of his term in his presidency of Costa Rica that he went to the New York to the United Nations, and that is when the United Nations resolution was passed that created the University of Peace. The work of the World Core Curriculum began before all of this and has continued later, and has developed over a period of years. Dr. Mueller was called the prophet of peace at the UN and was considered one of the education experts at the United Nations. And he believed fervently that the only way peace was going to be created was by education, the re-education and education starting very early. And it just so happened that Dr. Rodrigo Carazo, the president of Costa Rica, believed the same, because Rodrigo Carazo was a president of a country, in fact the only country in the world that ever abolished its army by public vote, and and was a model for peace and peace education. And so it was just a natural fit that the University for Peace would be designated in Costa Rica.
After so many years of work of these institutions, United Nations institutions, which are the profound results, Dr. Schneider?
All the results are yet to be in, like other major efforts, like the UN itself. The final results are yet to be in. The United Nations University in Costa Rica has done some incredibly wonderful research that has been published all over the world. The Universe for Peace has taught many classes and courses on peace and peace education. In fact, I co-founded at the United Nations University for Peace, Radio for Peace International, which broadcast from the campus of the United Nations University in Costa Rica for 20 years. And the programming actually, education and other programming, social programming, news and so on, came directly from the headquarters in New York, and was in those days sent to Costa Rica by telephone, actually, since we were still using shortwave. And over a period of time, shortwave has sort of lost its importance in the world with the development of new technologies and new avenues of communication. And so the work of Radio for Peace was eventually completed. And but for many years, that was the major source of programming from the United Nations.
Thank you. Dr. Schneider, according to your opinion, what has been wrong, or what has gone wrong with the current educational systems and graduates set as life priority a professional career that will enable them to gain the highest possible income? Can this greedy desire be read by education?
Well, I would hope that an educational model would not have as its first or primary goal educating people to make money. Certainly the World Core Curriculum and the other methods of education that I fervently believe in try to help educate the whole person, a balanced person, and one of the aspects of that balanced person is the desire to better society through peaceful means using the UN education. Dr. Rodrigo Carazo used to say, if you want peace, you have to educate for peace. And this is very much the context in which the World Core Curriculum is also developed.